Hi, I'm here with Tommy Castillo here at the Big Apple Con. He is an artist and writer of many fine works. Tom, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, I've been in the industry for about 23 years now. Worked on so many things I've forgotten. I guess I've just been in and involved for 23 years. I've been a teacher, I've been a writer, I've been an artist, done covers, interiors, you name it. And actually right now, all the paper that is used in the industry is done on Strathmore. And I'm on the cover of all the Strathmore sketchbooks and all their Bristol pads. So every artist out there, when they go to buy their supplies, has to look at my work. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Now you say 23 years ago you've been working in the industry for 23 years.
Yeah.
What was your first job? What got you into it?
Actually, my first job wasn't comic books. My first job was not a job. It was a gallery. I exhibited in a gallery when I was 17 years old, and it was a New York City gallery. I think it was a 52nd Street gallery. And I was in a group show. And that was the first time I sold my work. And then went on to do shows for about 6 years and fell into comic books after that.
All right. Now, looking at your pieces here, you clearly have a lot of different varying styles, and it looks like various mediums. What mediums do you work in, and what do you prefer to work in?
I work in everything. I'm classically trained. I studied privately, so I can work in anything. If it makes a mark, I can make art with it. And as for preference, it doesn't matter. You give it to me and I can make art. And anyway, why would you want to do the same thing for 23 years? I change all the time. I update and change. Like right now, I just started doing some computer art, and I have an endorsement from Main Gear, which is the company that produces these gaming stations, like Alienware.
Yeah.
Except for Main Gear is awesome, and I think I could land a satellite with with the computer they gave me, and I just started working on that.
I think that's a matter of national security at that point, but
no, it's fine. It's fine. I get away with everything, but just another step, another tool. To me, if you don't have a whole belt full of tools, you're just not Batman.
Now, I've been told recently by some of my sources that you have been contacted recently by the Guinness Book of World Records. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's unofficial, but I've been contacted as being one of the highest publicized artists in the last, 10 years or so. My Strathmore covers have gone worldwide, whereas in the comic field we have a certain limit to our publications. They're just not as big. And I do a lot of endorsements, so my covers are on Strathmore Bristol, which are sold all over the world, every store, every art supply store, every Michaels, every AC Moore. So my work winds up being everywhere instead of the small path of comics.
All right. Now, I've been noticing the Welcome to the Dark Side of Oz. Is this a new project you've been working on?
Yeah, I basically stopped working for all the major companies about 3 or 4 years ago. I had done a long stint on Batman and so many other things that people bring them to me, and I think I didn't draw them, and I actually did. So I've probably forgotten more books than most people have drawn. So I left that to go on to do my own projects. I started my own company called Forgotten Playground, and this is the Dark Side of Oz, which is, I'm a huge Oz fan, and I wrote a book about it, and it's already been optioned as a film, and it went from coming out as a comic book to that being too small, to coming out as sort of a bigger graphic novel, that being too small, to now coming out as an 8.5 by 11, 128-page hardbound coffee table type book. And even that is the first part of the story, not the entire story.
When does the book come out?
We're looking and hoping for the end of this year. Right now, if you go to my Facebook, which is just Tommy Castillo, or if you go to my website, which is tommycastillo.net, you can pre-order the sketchbook. And all my designs and all of the work that I did for the film are coming out in a sketchbook, which is really neat. Being a collector myself, I basically tried to make the book as cool as possible. So I'm doing a watercolor sketch-in for the first 100 will be exclusive books, you know, and they're signed, numbered, and they'll actually have a watercolor painting on the inside of the back of the sketchbook of one of the main characters.
Wow, that's...
Now, of course, that's a special order, but that was as cool as I can make it.
I mean, it sounds pretty cool. I will give you that, sir. All right. This is Tommy Castillo, and we are here on The Take.